Okay, this is the Chapter 6 quarterly review. I'm going to post it with this video. And there are 4 questions from Chapter 6 dealing with exponential equations, right, that we want to talk about. This first one is growth or decay. Or decay. This one actually is a growth, right? So if we read the question, is the population of the deer in the forest was measured to be 1,938 in the year 2010. If the population increased, right, so we know that it's a growth, right, by a steady 4% per year, which of the following calculations would predict in the year population in the year 2013? So the general form of the equation is y equals to ab raised to the x power, where a is the initial amount, b is the percentage. So for growth, it's 1 plus the percentage. For decay, it would be 1 minus the percentage. And then x is the time in whatever units we're using. So let's talk about some of these. So our A is going to be the 1,938 deer. Okay? Our B will be equal to 1 plus the percentage, which is 4% in a decimal, 0.04, right, which is 1.04. It has to be greater than 1 if we're increasing, less than 1 if we're decreasing. So we put it all together. And then the year, the X, we have to determine it's from 2010 to 2013. Right? So that's 3 years. So that's going to be our X. So now if we put it all together, we have Y is equal to the initial amount, 1,938, times 1.04 raised to the third power. And that is choice number 4. Okay, let me move some of this out of the way here. All right. The second one, we have to interpret this graph. Okay, so the important thing here is the y-intercept is less than 1, right? Now, well, I should have talked about this again. The general form is y equals a times b raised to the x power. Okay? A is the y-intercept. Is the y-intercept. B is the multiplication factor, right? So if it's increasing like this one is, this is the multiplication factor. So in other words, it's going to be multiplied by this over and over again. That's why it's raised to a power. So if B is greater than 1, it's increasing. Right? And if B is less than 1, it would be decreasing. So if it's a fraction, it's decreasing. All right, so that would look like this. If you had the axis decreasing, so it comes from up here and then it goes this way, it's getting lower. See here we have an increase and it's going up from left to right. Okay, so our y-intercept is less than 1, right? Because it's a fraction. So that eliminates 1 and it eliminates number 4, right? Right, because this has a y-intercept of 5 and this has a y-intercept of 2. And then we also have increasing, so it can't be a fraction, so it can't be 3. So the only one that has both a fraction of the y-intercept, which is 1/3, and the whole number, a number greater than 1, which makes it increasing, is number 2. All right. Number 3. Geometric sequences. So again, we have to find this geometric sequences. You have to find the multiplying factor. Right? This factor, what happens? So the first term here is 216. So I'll tell you, there's no recursives on here. This is it. You're going to have to just find the numbers in a row, right? You may be given the first, and you have to find the fourth, or you're given the first and the fourth, and you got to find the ones in between. And then the next one is 72. So between these two, this is 72 because it's going down, so it has to be a fraction. So you take out your little calculator, right? And you do 72 divided by 216. It's 0.3333, and we know that as 1/3. Okay, so every increment that you go up, right, you're going to multiply the term before by this factor. So I'm going to multiply 72 now times 1 divided by 3. Okay, and I get 24. If you needed the next one, you would take 24 and multiply it by 1/3, or divide by 3, you can also say is the same thing. All right, but they want the third term, so it's going to be the 24. Okay, so that takes care of that. And then I just threw this one in here. Some of the rules of exponent, little review. Right, so 2x to the fourth raised to the second power, 5x raised to the third. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is raise everything to the power. So we're going to multiply exponents. So remember, there's a little one here, and a little one there, and a little one there. Right? There's a 4 there, 2, 3. So 2 raised to the 1 times 2 is 2. X to the 4 times 2 is 8 times 5. 1 times 3 is 5 to the third. And 1 times 3 is x to the third. Okay, if we raise 2 to the second, this is 4x to the eighth. If you don't know what 5 cubed is, take out your little calculator. 5 raised to the third power. And you get 125. See, you got 125. X to the third. So now the rules change. So now we're multiplying. All right, so we're going to do 4 times 125. So we're going to multiply this answer times 4, and we get 500. Okay, and then x to the 8 times x to the third is 8, 9, 10, 11. So now we add the exponents. So here we multiplied exponents, and here we add exponents. All right, so I'm going to give this a due date of Wednesday. And what I'm going to do is, if you hand it in, I'll give you credit for it. If you don't hand it in, you just don't get credit. I won't give you a 0. Okay? I said that all the grades are in. I'm going to look at them in a couple of seconds. But if you do the assignment and turn it in, you'll get a 10 out of 10. If you don't do the assignment, you just won't get a grade for it. It won't hurt your grade. All right? So, and then tomorrow I'll post one for Unit 7. And then we'll keep doing this, and then we'll set up a couple of days, like maybe Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'll go live and answer your questions. But I'll keep doing these videos as we go along, so you can study whenever you want. You're not really pigeonholed. Now I'm hungry. I'll talk to you later. Bye.